let me just say one, maybe two things on Man U before we move on. I don't think there's any coaching going on at Man U. It's a disgrace. No one's getting better. You can talk about Maino. That's just pure talent. The kid is not getting coached. The kid has a football brain and he has real skill, right? It's still, when you told me he was 18 years old, I was shocked. I thought it was 20.
Yeah,
Right. I knew he was young. I didn't know he was 18 young. He has a great future ahead of him. He will not get there under this manager, under this structure. There is no coaching happening. So this is what I mean, right? I think you and I have kind of argued about this in the past. You take Haaland and chuck him. Pep doesn't really buy obvious superstar players. Look, you know a lot of ball, so you can disagree with me. But Bernardo Silva, Pep wasn't fighting anyone for Bernardo's signature. And even though Bernardo had gotten to the semifinals of the Champions League, that is not an obvious player. That is a flawed player. I don't know if you're familiar with Moneyball in baseball or whatever. Pep is pretty much a Moneyball manager. Like when Kyle Walker is now regarded as one of the best right backs in the world, blah, blah, blah. I'm not listening to the press. I know what they said about him when City bought him. People laughed. They're like, you paid 50 million for that? Same thing with John Stones. You paid 50 million for that. He can't defend. That's what everyone said. I mean, I can go, and then the other ones that worked out, Ruben Diaz, no one who watches the EPL knew who he was, unless they want to lie, because they don't watch the Portuguese league. They're just lying to you. So I don't remember Pep going into the market and buying obvious superstars, right? So that tells me Pep has a system and Pep coaches. Okay? So that's Pep. Klopp is the same way. Klopp has a system. He finds players that fit the system. They mostly work out. This man rebuilt his midfield in one summer. I'm sorry. That man knows what he's doing in one summer. Okay? And at least one of the players, Endo, no one who watches the EPL has ever heard of or had ever heard of. Okay? And then you come to Ten Hag. We talked about choosing Anthony over Kudus, which is like suicidal. But then I'm like, no one has gotten better on this team. Your captain is a relic. Every progressive manager has pretty much gotten rid of the number 10. There's no real number 10 in world football anymore. They've all been forced to retire or to reinvent themselves as a left 8 or a right 8. No one plays with a number 10 anymore. But you have a number 10 who doesn't track back, who doesn't tackle, who gets pushed off the ball and he whines, every play. I'm like, what are you doing? So there is no coaching happening. Wan-Bissaka used to be a good defender, can't advance the ball. Now he can't defend anymore. What's Maguire doing there? He tried to advance the ball out of the box today and didn't feel the guy over his shoulder. I'm like, this is like schoolboy errors. Like, what are you doing? So anyway, that's my United take. I don't want to be accused of being anti-United, but it's a disgrace to football. What's going on over there?
No, but what you're saying, I totally agree with you. And it also aligns with what I said last episode, right? Ten Hag is he doesn't know what he's doing. He's buying players just because, this guy had a good season at wherever he was before coming to United. Not really saying, how does this guy fit into my team? And you made a very, very fantastic point on Pep. Pep knows the kind of players he wants. I want ball-playing centre-backs, right? Big, strong ball-playing centre-backs. Where do I get them? Go look for them. The club says, what, 50 million? Okay, no worries. We have the money. I don't want to argue with you. Give me my player. That's Pep, right? Pep looked at David Silva and was like, who's the closest to David Silva? I will be losing him shortly. He went to get Bernardo Silva.
Absolutely.
Yeah? When Pep had Phil Foden and it was just easing him into the main team, a lot of English press, they were shouting,
let him play.
Why are you not playing Foden? Let him play. And he's like, I know what I'm doing. Give it time. He's not ready yet. When he's ready, y'all will know. Now we know because he's ready. You can see the way Foden is playing. That shows you a coach that knows what he's doing. It shows you a coach that knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Ten Hag is he's lost, like he's in a maze and he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't. The only two people that are having a good season for United is Garnacho and Maino. And it's because he wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, I don't have a choice. I'd rather just play the kids. So I can give that to him. But for me, that could have been anybody. That could have been anybody.
But you can see they're not getting any coaching. Garnacho,
they're not.
Garnacho doesn't play with football sense. He plays on instinct. He's not getting coached. Like it's fast, it's speedy. He's not really involved in the game. He's just out there on an island. If he can make something happen, he makes it happen.
He will.
Yeah.
Even the game today, you remember when you asked me how it was Maino, I told you 18.
Yeah.
And you said, wow. And I told you he's had a poor game up until he scored. True. And you were just saying it in general.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the game, Liverpool were just breaking United. Every single attack led to an expected goal. They were just breaking United open.
But you know why?
Every single attack.
You know why? Who was Maino's midfield? He played in midfield today, right?
Yeah, with Casemiro.
Okay, so he had two midfield mates. One is a number 10, trying to be an old school number 10 when the world has moved on. He doesn't track back. He doesn't tackle. When he tackles, it's a straight yellow. It's a yellow or a straight red every time. That's the captain. And then the other is Casemiro, who must be 42 years old. You cannot tell me this man is not 42 years old because he runs like me. Okay, this man cannot move. I mean, he committed a foul today, and I'm like, come on, man. And he looked at the referee. Referee looked at him, and he was just sad. I'm like, they paid $65 million for this guy 2 years ago.
That was a red card.
It was a red card. Should have been a straight
tackle. Well, maybe orange, but if the ref had given a red, I would have said, well,
it would have been fine. It would not have been reversed.
It would not have been
reversed. Yeah,
exactly.
So how can those two mentor Maino? I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke.
No,
anyway,
it is.